What's up, Brian Tong here, and hey, if you're a TV junkie like me, and you have been for years, when you hear the name Panasonic and you think of TVs, you instantly go back to their iconic plasma TV line before the days of OLED and mini LED. And yeah, Panasonic then took some time away from the US market. They've still been very active globally, but they are now back in the US with their new W95 series TV, this guy right here with 4K mini LED display tech. And they've also partnered with Amazon's Fire TV platform as the OS for these TVs. So I now have partnered with them to showcase what's new with this TV and what are some of the unique things that it can do with the Fire TV experience on this TV set. Now those TVs have been developed and designed from the ground up by Panasonic. They weren't sourced out, so this is all done in-house. And let's just first start off with the design here. It's a clean, straightforward, pretty minimalist design, what you expect. Now when I unpacked it, I just had to basically take it out of the box, find the 2 feet, screw them on, and then it was just ready to roll. I tilted it up. I just had to use my own muscles to lift it on my own. But it reminds me how much lighter these TVs have become over time. You got this thin bezel on the bottom here. It is a little thicker than the bezels on the side and then up on the top. So those 3 edges, those are thinner than the base. And then the entire TV, this is matte black from the feet all the way to the edges. Overall, this is what you expect with a TV at this level. We have mini LED. This is a backlit LCD TV display, and you won't get any of those really deep blacks compared to an OLED, but you'll get great image quality and excellent brightness. I mean, that's where mini LED really excels, and it's important in bright rooms. Now, I watched everything from streaming movies to throwing on some TV shows. I watched some sports, and I made sure to see how it can handle gaming. But let's get to some of the important nerdy specs here. There's support for Dolby Vision IQ, HDR10 Plus, and HLG. And yes, you can bet that this TV supports gaming with a 144 Hertz refresh rate, which is important for those first-person shooters. That's like almost a requirement for gaming TVs these days. But it has all the gaming bells and whistles that you expect, like auto low latency mode, variable refresh rate, and 4K high frame rate, and SBD auto game mode. This is here so it automatically optimizes itself for gaming when it detects a connected console. There's also a game control board that you can pull up from the bottom and allow you to tweak some of the settings for yourself how you prefer. Now on the back left here of this TV, it has all the ports that you expect. There's a digital audio output, an Ethernet port, you have USB 3.0 and USB 2.0, so 2 ports there. There's HDMI 2.1 support with 4 ports, and then input 2 is the eARC for your sound system where you plug that in. Use input 1 and 2 for any of your gaming needs. Image quality on this is great from what I can tell, specifically for mini LED performance. Games look sharp and intense with great colors and great vibrancy, but I really watched a lot of different content on it, and it performs the way that you expect for a quality mini LED TV display. Now it does catch a little bit of glare depending on the angle that you sit it in. If your house or the space you're putting this has a lot of open windows, you're gonna see that too, but that happens to the majority of TVs on the market anyways. Audio here was surprisingly better than I thought it would be with their built-in dynamic theater sound. It has a feature where you can focus the sound on people, and voices here were just very clear. So this is flat out a solid performing mini LED TV, and that's what Panasonic really needs to do coming into this US market. Now, what makes this TV unique though is what the Fire TV OS brings to the table. So it starts with this primary bar at the top. So I'm gonna pull it down here, and this is right here. It can support multiple users with different Amazon accounts. This is my account right here. And then it will recommend you the content that it learns and that it thinks that you'll find interesting. Then next to it, you're gonna find inputs, right? This is where your inputs for all your different devices connected to your TV are. HDMI 1, HDMI 2 are, okay? We're gonna go back up here. Then you have My Stuff. These are the things that you've saved on your watch list or content that you've purchased on different apps. And I'm gonna tell you, the Beekeeper, that was hot. That surprised me. And then here's some of the purchases and rentals from the apps that I have, but it can see all this stuff right there. Then we're gonna go up here. Next is Find. This lets you search for content by different categories, and it's broken down like this. You have a search bar, you also have App Store, here's free. I'm obviously gonna look for what is free because that's how I roll. So obviously a lot of content here, different channels, different movies, different shows that you can access for free here, right here in the panel. So I'm gonna go back. We're gonna come up here. Next is your home, and it's really the center of everything. Recommendations, last used apps, and watched content, they're all here, but you can also just hit the home button right on this remote to get you there. And we're gonna come back to this remote because there's a lot of stuff here. Then after that, you have the live option, and this is live TV, which shows you what's on right now. And since I have YouTube TV as well, it creates this more friendly TV guide experience for me to navigate. If you have a digital antenna connected, it's gonna integrate those channels right here as well. So really impressive. All right, then if you come here, this is where your apps are, right? You'll have a section of your favorite apps. I have Netflix, we got Prime Video, YouTube TV, YouTube and more. And you can go here all the way to the end if you want. And I'm gonna select this. And this allows you to customize the apps and channels that you have, change the layout or add additional apps if you want. And then you have your settings over here. I'm gonna select it and then I can just pull down everything you can find here. Inputs, notifications, applications, controllers, Bluetooth devices. This is where you're gonna tweak around and customize what you need from it. Overall, you saw here, the navigation is very straightforward and easy. I just tap left and right, go up and down. It has that very familiar, just go up and down the rows and scroll left and right. Now, I mentioned the remote, so let's take a look at it. This is slim. It's straightforward, right? Nothing too crazy out here. And since this is a Fire TV, there is an actual Alexa button where you can press to speak and that you can use your voice. Now, for example, I'm gonna go here to the Find section and I'm gonna hold it here, Marvel. And so in a moment, it's gonna pull up. This is obviously an ad, but look, there's all the Marvel stuff. I just said one word. I didn't even have to say the magic word, right? You just press on this button for speech, so then it detects it. And then here's some other related apps and games. So that's pretty straightforward. I mean, this is gonna work the way you want. So the suggestions here, whatever type of content, you can use your voice with it. Now on the remote, it also has a custom button here called the My App button. And this is unique and only found on Panasonic Fire TV remotes. It's on the bottom right corner and you can map it to a specific function, whatever you want. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna press and hold this for about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And over here on the right side, you're gonna see the screen changes and it says set my app shortcut. Open YouTube app, go to ambient mode, turn off the demo. These are some of the things I've done before. You can select specific apps. I can go to more actions like switch inputs, game control board, go to the guide, go to the watch list. So this really customizes it to a specific function that you want. I'm going to choose switch inputs because that's just easy for me and that's how I want it. I can even choose a specific input if I want. I like generically just going to switch input. So you can do that all in this remote. This My App button exclusive to a Panasonic Fire TV remote. Now we talked about the A button, the Alexa button. I don't want to set off your devices and how it uses your voice, but this TV also has a new feature called the ambient experience. So I can just say something like this, go to ambient mode. And what it'll do in a moment, this is gonna transform the TV to something more pleasing than, a big black rectangle with app icons. And you'll have a lot of these nature shots, natural moving backgrounds that you can change up with the remote. This is like a seal with some fish. I can click to the right and change what these backdrops look like, but just some really just nice, pleasant, natural things. Now also though, if you look here, we come back to this TV, you'll see a row of widgets here. And I can play around with them. I can move them here. I can go up and they can actually become larger widgets that appear. I can also make them completely disappear using my remote, but I'm gonna put the widgets back up. This is the small version, but just for us so we can see this better, I'm gonna go large. And you can see these are shortcuts to important information. Things like the weather or recommended music, recently played content. You have smart home favorites, but also one of them over here, I'm gonna scroll all the way left. This gives you the ability to create AI art. And yes, what would a TV in 2024 be without generative AI art? Now, this jumps here. It has some pre-made suggestions that you can see, like this prompt is asking me to do something with a dragon. You can suggest other different ones. Create a picture of a pirate ship flying through the night sky. Okay, I guess let's do that. I'm just gonna create, go here and create. And it typically takes you about a minute for this to load up. So we're gonna use the magic of video. And voila, look, pirate ship flying through the night sky. I mean, you can see this prompt, you can see some of the different results. There's obviously more options as well. Now, I earlier tried a dog driving a car in the desert, and yes, it has to process, but it gave me these results. And then you can try different art styles as well, just to see what it looks like. I love that kind of paper cutout one. That was fun. And yes, this can be hit or miss. Some ideas work, some of them don't. I'm gonna go look at, let's try this, cartoon. Like I said, it can give you different styles of art. So here's again the ship flying through the night sky. This is more cartoon style. If we go to pixel art, we'll get some other options as well, okay? And then the big thing here, although it's hit or miss, sometimes it'll say like, oh, we can't create this art, okay? If you're using any type of licensed characters like Batman or Mickey Mouse, that won't show result either because I tried for y'all, it didn't. But you can then, once you choose one of these pictures that you really like, it's gonna blow it up on screen just so you can get a sense of like what it looks like. You can save the AI art that you made and then use it, save it to collection as a screensaver down the road. But this is just an interesting way to interact and just goof around with your TV and make it really a semi-creative experience with discovery, with generative AI art, and why not, right? You can also access your Alexa-enabled smart home devices. Just say, show my smart home dashboard. And give it a moment to load, but you can see what you have, the different groups of lighting. I have backyard, bedroom, closet, all the different lights. You can actually manually control this or use a voice command. Let's try this. Turn on the demo light. And if you can see here, this kind of, it's bright, but it glowed a little purple. Turn off the demo light. But again, your smart home devices connected to your Alexa smart home, they can all be controlled directly through this TV. And then if you own a Ring camera or other supported cameras, you'll be able to see a picture-in-picture of the feed directly on your TV. So there are just a lot of those ecosystem benefits that you get with the Panasonic W95 using the Fire TV OS. Now, Panasonic is launching with 3 series of products, 2 OLED models, that's the Z95 and Z85, and then this right here, this is the W95 65-inch Panasonic mini LED TV. Now it comes in 55, 65, 75, and 85-inch sizes. And I said this before, but just to reiterate, this is a solid re-entry from Panasonic into the television market here in the US. And yes, that is very competitive, and credit to them. They're doing things different with the Fire TV OS, and it really does bring real value for people who want to take advantage of that ecosystem. So go check out the new Panasonic W95 mini LED TV at the Panasonic brand store on Amazon.com or go to Costco.com, and then check out the link in the description of the video to get right to there. But until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace and love.